Hello and welcome back to Fallonits. It is just me today, and I need to rescue an ancient philosophy from the weird corner of the internet where it has been held hostage. You know what I am talking about. You search for Stoicism online, and you find videos with titles like Sigma Male Stoic Grindset, and How to Be an Alpha Using Ancient Secrets, and Stop Being Emotional Like a Beta. There's a guy with a shaved head and a gray t-shirt talking about dominating your enemies. There's a lion somewhere in the thumbnail. Maybe some fire. Definitely some fire. That is not Stoicism. That is nonsense. That is toxic masculinity wearing a toga as a disguise. And it makes me angry. Not stoically angry. Genuinely annoyed angry. Because real Stoicism is beautiful. Real Stoicism is gentle. Real Stoicism is the most practical, calming, anxiety-reducing tool I have ever found. And it has been stolen by people who clearly never read a single page of actual Stoic philosophy. So today, I want to introduce you to the real Stoicism, the one that helped me stop spiraling at 2 a.m., the one that helped me care less about what strangers think of me, the one that helped me survive heartbreak, failure, and the general chaos of being a young adult. No Sigma, male nonsense. No Grindset. No toxic productivity. Just ancient wisdom from people like Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who spent a lot of time worrying and wrote down his thoughts to calm himself down. Sound familiar? That is what we do. That is what this channel is. Marcus Aurelius had a YouTube channel in his head. He just did not have a camera. So, let me walk you through what real Stoicism actually is, where it came from, why it is perfect for anxious young people, and how to use it without becoming a weird, emotionless statue. First, let me clear up the biggest misunderstanding. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions. It is not about being cold or unfeeling. It is not about never crying or never caring. Real Stoicism is about not letting your emotions control your actions. You still feel things. You still cry. You still get angry. You still get scared. But you do not let those feelings make your decisions for you. The Stoics use a word, apatheia. It does not mean apathy like we use it today. It means freedom from unruly emotions, not freedom from emotions entirely. Freedom from being ruled by them. Think of it like this. You are the driver of a car. Your emotions are the passengers. They can talk. They can yell. They can be scared. But you are still holding the steering wheel. You decide where to go. That is Stoicism. Not getting rid of the passengers. Keeping your hands on the wheel. The second big misunderstanding. Stoicism is not about being a lone wolf. Not about not needing anyone. Not about grinding alone in your apartment while everyone else is having fun. That is loneliness dressed up as strength. Real Stoicism is about community. The Stoics believe that humans are social animals. We are meant to help each other. Marcus Aurelius wrote constantly about working for common good, about treating others with fairness and kindness, about remembering that we are all part of the same body. That is the opposite of the Sigma male lone wolf fantasy. Real Stoicism is about showing up for your people, not isolating yourself. The third big misunderstanding. Stoicism is not about never having fun. It is not about being miserable on purpose. It is not about rejecting pleasure. The Stoics were not against pleasure. They were against being controlled by pleasure. You can enjoy pizza. You can enjoy video games. You can enjoy hanging out with friends. Just do not need those things to be happy. Do not let the absence of pizza ruin your day. That is the difference. Enjoy things. Just do not cling to them. So now that we have cleared up what Stoicism is not, let me tell you what it is. At its core, Stoicism is about one simple idea, the dichotomy of control. This is the most important concept in all of Stoic philosophy, and it changed my life. Here it is. Some things are in your control, and some things are not. That is it. That is the whole philosophy. Your opinions, your choices, your desires, your actions, those are in your control. Your health, your wealth, your reputation, what other people think of you, whether you get the job, whether they text you back. Those are not in your control. The Stoics said, focus all your energy on what you can control and completely let go of what you cannot control. Do not waste a single second of your life Worrying about things outside your control. Because worrying does nothing. It changes nothing. It only makes you suffer. Let me say that again. Worrying about things you cannot control is the definition of wasting your life. You cannot control whether your friend texts you back. So stop checking your phone every 2 minutes. You cannot control whether you get the job. So stop rehearsing what you should have said in the interview. You cannot control what people think of you. So stop trying to read their minds. You cannot control the weather, the economy, the algorithm, or whether your favorite coffee shop is still open. So stop stressing about them. Focus on what you can control. Your effort, your attitude, your actions, your response. That is it. That is the whole secret to calm. And it is ancient. And it works. Let me give you a personal example. A few years ago, I was waiting to hear back about a job I really wanted. I mean, really wanted. I had done 3 interviews. I had sent thank you emails. I had done everything right. Then the waiting started, and I spiraled hard. Every time my phone buzzed, my heart raced. I checked my email 50 times a day. I imagined all the worst-case scenarios. I could not sleep. I could not focus. I was a mess. Then I remembered the dichotomy of control. I asked myself, can I control whether they call me? No, that is out of my hands. Can I control how I spend my time while I wait? Yes. Can I control my attitude during the waiting period? Yes. Can I control applying to other jobs so I am not putting all my hope on one? Yes. So I did that. I stopped refreshing my email. I applied to other jobs. I went for a walk. I lived my life. And you know what? I did not get that job. But I was okay because I had already let go of the outcome. I had focused on what I could control. And I had other applications out there. I got a different job, a better job. The Stoic mindset did not get me the job. It got me my sanity. That is worth more. So let me give you the practical tools. The real Stoic exercises that you can use today. No toga required. Tool 1, the morning preview. Every morning, before you check your phone, take 2 minutes. Sit quietly and imagine all the annoying things that could happen today. Someone might be rude to you. You might spill coffee on your shirt. You might get bad news. You might feel tired and unmotivated. Imagine these things happening. Then remind yourself, none of these things can harm me unless I let them. The only bad thing is responding badly. The only good thing is responding well. This exercise is called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. It sounds dark, but it is actually freeing, because when the bad thing actually happens, you are not surprised. You are prepared. You already decided how you will respond. You have your Stoic armor on. Try it tomorrow morning. 2 minutes. Imagine the worst. Then realize you can handle it. Tool 2, the evening review. Every night, before you sleep, ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do well today? What did I do poorly? What could I do better tomorrow? That is it. No self-hatred. No guilt spirals. Just honest reflection. Marcus Aurelius did this. He wrote in his journal constantly. He was not writing for an audience. He was writing to clarify his own thoughts, to hold himself accountable. You can do the same. Keep a journal, or just think about it. But do it every day. Over time, you will see patterns. You will notice what triggers your anxiety. You will notice what helps you stay calm. That is data. That is growth. Tool 3, the view from above. When you are stressed about something small, zoom out. Imagine you are looking at yourself from above, then from above your house, then from above your city, then from above your country, then from above the earth, then from above the solar system. See how tiny your problem looks from out there. See how small your worries are in the grand scheme of the universe. This is not about minimizing your feelings. Your feelings are real, but perspective helps. That thing you are spiraling about, in a year, you will barely remember it. In 100 years, everyone who remembers it will be dead. In 1,000 years, no trace of your worry will exist. So breathe. It is not that serious. This exercise is called a view from above. The Stoics use it to shrink their egos and expand their calm. You can too. Tool 4, The last time reminder. When you're going through something hard, ask yourself, have I survived this before? The answer is almost always yes. You have survived every bad day you have ever had, every heartbreak, every failure, every embarrassing moment. You are still here. That is proof that you can survive this too. Your brain forgets this. Your brain thinks each new pain is the worst pain ever. It is not. You've been through worse. You got through it. You will get through this. This is not toxic positivity. This is evidence. You have a 100% survival rate for bad days. That is a pretty good track record. Tool 5. The inner citadel. This is my favorite Stoic concept. Imagine you have a fortress inside your mind, a castle, a safe room, and nothing from the outside can enter unless you let it. Someone insults you? They are outside the gate. Your phone blows up with notifications? Outside the gate. You get bad news? It knocks on the gate. But you decide whether to open it. You decide what affects you. The Stoics call this the inner citadel. Your mind is your own. No one can hurt you without your permission. That does not mean you ignore real problems. It means you choose which problems to let in. Someone being rude on social media? Leave that outside. A friend genuinely needing help? Open the gate. You are the gatekeeper. No one else. Practice being the gatekeeper. Every time you feel a wave of anxiety, ask yourself, do I want to let this in? Most of the time, the answer is no. So leave it outside. Close the gate. Move on. Now, let me address the anxious young person specifically, because Stoicism is not just for old Roman emperors. It is for you. It is for the teenager who cannot sleep because they are replaying every awkward thing they said today. It is for the college student who is terrified of failing and disappointing everyone. It is for the young adult who feels crushed by social media comparison. It is for the overthinker whose brain never shuts up. Stoicism is for you. Here is how to apply it to the specific anxieties of being young. Social anxiety. You are terrified of being judged. You replay conversations. You worry about what people think. Stoic answer. You cannot control what people think. Their thoughts are their business, not yours. You can only control your own actions. So act with kindness and integrity. And then let go. If someone judges you unfairly, that is their problem, not yours. You do not need everyone to like you. You just need to like yourself. And you like yourself when you act according to your values, not when you perform for an audience. Fear of failure. You are terrified of messing up, of being seen as a failure. Stoic answer. Failure is not bad. The only bad thing is vice. Giving up, being dishonest, hurting others, failing at a task is not a moral failure. It is just an outcome. You tried. You learned. That is good. The Stoics did not fear failure. They feared not trying. They feared blaming others. They feared giving up. So redefine failure. Failure is quitting. Failure is not learning. Failure is not trying again. Actual failing at something? That is just data. Fear of missing out. Everyone else seems to be having fun. Everyone else is at the party. Everyone else is traveling. You are at home. You feel left out. Stoic answer. FOMO is the fear of missing something external. Something outside your control. You cannot be everywhere. You cannot do everything. So focus on what you choose. You chose to stay home. That was your decision. Own it. Trust it. The party you are missing is probably not as fun as the photos make it look. And even if it is, you are fine. Missing something is not a tragedy. It is just a choice. Make your choices. Live with them. Stop looking at what everyone else is doing. Fear the future. What if I fail? What if I am alone? What if I am unhappy? What if? What if? What if? Stoic answer. The future does not exist yet. It is not real. You are suffering in advance for something that may never happen. That is madness. The Stoics said, do not let your imagination create suffering that reality is not brought. Wait until the thing actually happens. Then deal with it. You will be stronger than you think. But do not fight imaginary battles. You will lose every time because imaginary battles never end. Focus on today, on this hour, on this breath. That is real. The future is a story. Stop writing horror stories. I want to share a passage from Marcus Aurelius that I have read probably 100 times. It goes like this: You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That is it. That is the whole of Stoicism in one sentence. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. And that response, that choice, is your power. No one can take it from you. Not your boss, not your ex, not the internet, not the economy, not the algorithm. You always get to choose your response. Always. That is not a small thing. That is everything. Let me give you an example of this in action. Two people lose their jobs. Same situation. Same event. Person one says, "This is a disaster. I am a failure. I will never recover." They spiral. They give up. They stay in bed for weeks. Person two says, "This is unfortunate, but I am not a failure. I lost a job, not my worth. I will update my resume. I will reach out to my network. I will treat this as an opportunity to find something better." Same event, different response. The Stoics say the event is neutral. It is not good or bad. Your judgment makes it good or bad. You can choose to judge it as a disaster or an opportunity. That is freedom. That is the power of your mind. Now, let me address something uncomfortable. Stoicism is hard. It is really hard. You will not become calm overnight. You will still spiral. You will still care what people think. You will still freak out about things you cannot control. That is fine. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Each time you catch yourself spiraling and use a Stoic tool, you get a little better. Each time you choose to focus on what you can control, your brain builds a new pathway. Over time, the Stoic response becomes automatic, but it takes practice, lots of practice. So be patient with yourself. You are rewiring a brain that has been trained by social media, by school, by society to worry. That rewiring takes time, but it is worth it. I promise. Let me end with a story. A few months ago, I was stuck in traffic. I was late for something important. My anxiety started to climb. I could feel the spiral starting. Then I remembered, I cannot control the traffic. I cannot control the cars in front of me. I cannot control the traffic lights. I can control my breathing. I can control my music choice. I can control whether I use this time to listen to a podcast or to stress about something I cannot change. I chose the podcast. I arrived late. I apologized. It was fine. No one died. No one even cared that much. The traffic was not the problem. My response to the traffic was the problem, and I changed my response. That is Stoicism, not grand philosophy. Just choosing not to suffer over traffic. Just choosing peace. That is available to you right now, in this moment. Whatever is stressing you out, can you control it? If yes, do something about it. If no, let it go. That is not giving up. That is freedom. Here is your challenge from Falinets. After this video ends, do not scroll away. Think of one thing you are currently anxious about. Just one. Ask yourself, can I control this? If yes, what is one action I can take today? Do that action. If no, say out loud, I cannot control this. I release it. Then close your eyes for 10 seconds. Breathe. Feel the release. That is Stoicism. That is the real thing, not Sigma male Grindset. Just peace. Just freedom. Just you choosing to be okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me rescue Stoicism from the weird part of the internet. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear that ancient philosophy is not just for alpha male podcasters. It is for anxious humans trying their best. And hey, if you are watching this and you've been told that Stoicism means not showing emotion, forget that. Cry when you need to cry. Laugh when you need to laugh. Just keep your hands on the wheel. You are the driver, not your emotions, not your anxiety. This is Falinets signing off. Control what you can. Release what you cannot. Be kind to yourself. See you in the next one.